Hello there, sir.
Well, hello there.
How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
A little tired today?
I'm in the goofy stage of my life right now.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, we're at the end of the day instead of the
thank
start
God.
of the day this time.
Yeah, I appreciate the end of the day. All right, so, man, we got one this week.
Yeah, we got one I've been looking forward to for a while.
So these are,
Yeah.
we could technically call this a viewer reacts, right?
Yep.
These are people that watch.
These are people who watch or interact with me in one way or the other that will probably watch this, yes.
Okay. So we're going to deal with a great deal of pain here. So these
Yeah.
are failed-ish.
From goodish
to
yeah.
really tough.
Yeah. That's kind of what I was going for.
Blackouts.
We're going to call this failed blackouts.
Failed blackouts. Yeah. We're going to talk failed blackouts here for a minute. So, yeah. Starting round number one. This is the good.
This is where I was saying it's goodish, where this is a work in progress still, I believe. And we know that knuckles are going to be taking a little while. There's some spottiness up near the wrist and stuff too.
Yeah.
Like
is this first, second?
I think this is like second.
Yeah.
The guy in question is a bit of a body mod enthusiast anyway, though, so he's
committed.
He's enjoying the whole thing as far as I know. But yeah, you can see here that you see a lot of these like one-shot black arms and stuff on Instagram where it's like you never really see them healed.
No.
And this is probably why.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the time you're going to end up going back into things and smoothing things. Again, this one isn't too bad. I just wanted to show off a range of them here. And the obvious places have dropout, right? Like in knuckles. You can still see some of my knuckle, but that's actually not... That's
not too shabby.
Well, not even that. That's red from my old hand.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's red in there because they were solid red.
Crazy.
Like this one here is less of that.
Yeah, okay, I see.
Yeah, so this was solid red before.
Jesus.
And then we blacked it out so many times, but the red doesn't want to leave.
Man, I haven't even done my hand once. I feel like such a novice.
It's not that bad. Yeah.
Well, I'll let you know if it's that bad. But anyways, not
too
bad
bad
on this.
Could use some work, but not too bad.
Yep. I would assume arm, like full arm, is going to be done.
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's done any more work on this since, but yeah, I would assume so.
So all of these, I would like to see follow-ups if and when they get work on them.
Yeah, me too.
That would be dope. I just like follow-ups, but I wouldn't mind seeing the progress. All right, so let's go further down the hill now. We're moving away from good.
Yeah.
Into a world not so good.
Yeah, so this is going to look even worse when it's finished healing.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry to say. It's going to look even worse as time goes on. This thing will keep getting worse for a while.
Yeah.
That's the thing about blackouts is like they almost have to live in you for a little while to see what you've actually got.
Yep, they got to settle.
Yeah, and this is gonna look bad when it's all said and done.
I will say tight line on the top, though.
Yeah, tight line.
Weirdly tight line.
Weird, right? And tight line around the edge, too. The line work is the best part of this blackout.
Yeah. This is solid line work.
So what do you say happens here? Just in and out of different skin depths?
Yeah, it's always skin depth, right? Skin depth either too... I'm assuming too shallow for the most part. Like,
looks like what do you think they magged this with? This doesn't look like a 27 to me.
No, it looks like a 17 or a 23 or something.
Yeah.
It looks smaller.
Yeah, it's definitely not super smooth.
No, it's very patchy. And it's a... Okay, I will say this is one of the reasons that I don't ever think black work should be treated lightly.
Yeah.
Because you have to be talented at saturating skin, and saturation
Oh,
means
you mean not everyone can do it? It's just
everyone
black?
can do it, weirdly enough.
It's just black.
It's just black. Whatever.
Yeah. I could have used a Sharpie and saved you some money. Why didn't they just dip them in oil?
I mean, we could do all these things.
Yeah.
Less permanent, though.
Yeah.
But, again, you are trying to get consistent needle depth across a whole arm. This is boring to do, A.
Yeah.
So if you don't have a huge amount of patience to be able to consistently not just try and rush through something, you have to be methodical. You have to consistently be understanding where the skin is moving. You have to be stretching different in all these areas of the body. You have to know the body really well, and then apply it correctly. And this is just not done that, unfortunately. This is rushed through.
Well, I'll tell you a story. Quick side note. Lee was away at one point during my first black arm, and a girl that was here guesting was she took over like the appointment for him, and she was going to kind of continue black.
Okay. How'd that go?
I would say 4 times as long. We got about a quarter of what we would have gotten done, and none of it stayed black.
Yep, that sounds right.
Yeah, it was it healed really bad, and I kept almost nothing. And Lee had to redo all of it anyway.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it.
And I'm not trying to attack her. She's a nice person, but
it's just not what she does.
It didn't work at all. And you could even tell during the session, like it was like she was confused at why it wasn't working.
Yeah, for sure.
Like it was like this, what am I doing wrong?
Well, again, it's like if you're a black and gray person, you can kind of get away with a lot with soft shading.
Yeah.
Whereas like hitting straight hard black with big mags, that's the areas that most people will have issues when it comes to black and gray work. They just can't get their blacks black.
It was even maybe a little worse than this for patchiness.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, well.
Yeah. Anyway.
Again, I'd love to see another pass. I'd love to see it when it's healed. If you just want to share the healing process so we can kind of see it evolve, that'd be nice too.
For sure.
Keep on sending them. And let's keep on moving down the hill.
So this is one that's in process right now. Man, it looks like there's a design in there.
Yeah,
it honestly looks intentional. But like, it looks. If this were like more vibrant, you could almost pass this off as intentional.
Yep.
Right. Like, that's the funniest part. So this person asked me what I thought was going wrong here, because the artist is trying to figure it out. They're using like a 35 curved mag, I guess.
Okay.
And I just said, to me, it looks like they're working too hard and in the wrong places.
Yeah, they're definitely overworking.
Yeah, like this is definitely overworked. I can tell by the redness.
Yeah.
But they're also in the wrong layer of the skin. They were looking for tips. And I'm like, well, I'm not a tattooer, but I can tell you what I think.
Well, I mean, 35 changes how it pushes the skin. Like as soon as you widen it, it gets harder to put ink in more effectively.
So I
like
said that's bigger than anything we've ever used on me.
Like we've seen this with how Rick puts in different tones of black.
Yeah.
If he uses tighter groupings, the black gets blacker.
Yeah.
So 35 doesn't mean that you're just going to get more black more easily. Like it's actually going to be harder to put in. You have to be more skilled at it.
Yeah.
It's like those guys with the bigger and bigger mags. Like you have to be just better as you go up in size, right?
49er or whatever the hell some guys use.
Or that 112.
Ugh.
It's crazy. But you got to really be good in order to understand what's happening there.
Yeah. I would think that even when you got it in, it would be a little lighter, but I guess, I mean, I don't know everything, right? I mean, I'm sure there is a way.
I mean, personally, I would back down on the mag to a more reasonable sizing, and I would slow down and stop if you're getting to this point. This is just so overworked.
Yeah, I know. It looks like they were on this thing for hours.
Well, that thing that you always talked about when they were like, trying to get that ink in there. Why isn't that ink getting in there? Well, it's because you need to change something in your game.
Yeah.
Like, you need to make the change. It's not that the skin just won't do it.
Well, and this is, in fairness to this person, the tattooer was more than fine with hearing critique too.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
So they weren't like, oh, well, screw you, you screwed this up. Both of them were like interested in hearing what people thought.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I would say it's overdone.
Yeah.
Like my guess is ink wasn't getting into the skin the way that they wanted it to, so they kept going, and it's touching the surface of the skin, not actually allowing skin to go in, like ink to go into skin. Yeah,
and this person was deeply concerned with, am I with the wrong person? I see all these day one tattoo or one shot black arms and stuff on Instagram, and I told him, I'm like, look, man, there's a lot of misinformation out there. There's a lot of people that are taking nice photos,
doctoring them up.
Yeah, doctoring them up, and who knows what that thing healed like.
Yep.
There are some people who can do it, don't get me wrong, but it's not typical.
And not to mention, there's just also caliber of artists. Like, realistically, it's like just because you have a car doesn't mean it's a Ferrari.
Yeah.
So, like, if you want to go to Hood and get him to black you all out, like, okay, but you're going to pay for it.
You're going to pay for it. It's going to
cost a hell of a lot. Yeah. And he's an anomaly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's not the norm.
There's a few other ones, too, that come to mind. But yeah, those guys aren't the norm. And the problem is we only see those guys.
Because they're what trends.
Because they're doing well.
Yes.
So you're not seeing the 9,000 guys that aren't doing well.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, there's a reason that, like, we have two guys that can do good black work, and we get people coming down from all over Alberta to get a forearm blackout or whatever. Like, you know what I mean? Like, black work is not something that's commonly done in Alberta.
Yeah, no one knows where to go even.
Yeah.
They're like,
And we are a common place for that now.
Yeah.
And it's just one of those, like, because we have people that will do it right.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's not something that everybody should do.
No.
And this is good evidence of that, to be honest.
Yeah.
And then one more shot of it just to show the healing.
Yeah.
This is going to be sore for a bit for sure.
Oh, for sure it is. Yeah. Anytime you see those thick crusties.
Yeah.
Ugh. Painful.
Yeah. I mean,
And hard to live with, too.
Yeah. Like, again, I think he's probably moving too fast. But I would say there's just, like, I'm guessing, if I was to hazard a guess, it's just not going in the way that they thought, and therefore another pass, and it's just not getting a better result.
Yeah. It's just too much of the same old. Time to change it up.
And I think they're shoveling from the looks of it.
Yeah, I can see what you mean.
They're shoveling out on the brush strokes. So I mean, personally, I would go back to full saturation, just pack in small circles. Like,
I've seen it done both ways, but I mean, in this case, it might not be the worst idea to try something different.
yeah, even if it's just this is not going right on the next round, once this is fully healed, just try and do a section. Just try out different techniques and things. Like if this guy's willing to let you kind of move things forward in it for him, then it might help him learn. But this I wouldn't come back to for a while, though.
No, I would leave this alone for a bit. You can go farther up on the arm and try something maybe, but this whole lower arm, you keep going on this, and you're gonna end up in the hospital.
You're going to end up with something like the last one we have.
Yeah, something like the last one.
So this is last, but certainly not least. This is pain.
Yeah, we see the transformation from start to not finish, but somewhere closer to finish.
Oh my God.
What I would have I'm happy to have all 5 of these, but what I would have been very happy with is the starting picture.
Yeah.
Right? Like the
Day
fresh
one.
day
Yeah,
one.
fresh day one.
Like, and maybe we get 10 panels instead of 5, and you see the complete transformation from looking good to horrific.
Yep.
Because a lot of these start out looking normal.
Yep. Well, yeah, of course.
That's the problem, right?
Yep.
You don't even know what went wrong until you get a little farther in.
Yeah.
And your arm the swelling doesn't come down, it goes up.
Yeah.
Right? There's like this weird thing where it's like an infected tattoo starts out seeming sort of normal.
Yeah, it seems chill.
Right?
And then it just gets worse and worse.
So this is like, I would imagine something went into the skin during, maybe slightly after the process. But like when you're doing a big blackout like this, so much of your skin is exposed to everything that initial first day or two really needs to be, you need to be careful.
Yeah.
I'm not saying the client did this. It looks like it was worked way too hard.
I would assume. I don't see a day one, but it does. Like if you have that much happening,
Yeah.
like, and it's everywhere. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
either this was the worst looked after tattoo in the world, or it was also considerably overworked.
I've had 2 blackout infections in
Yes.
my entirety, and they never looked as bad as this. But one of them was as infected, but there was more ink in the skin still.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like after the infection, I still had black tattoo.
Yep.
So like this was unsuccessful because there would have still been some ink in some of these spots if it hadn't been done properly. But
Yep. Well, this I'm assuming took a turn to a hospital, a good solid round of antibiotics.
At least one. At least one. Yeah.
I would be really curious. Like, I don't know if this is all just a summary and we don't see what it is today, but I would like to see what it is today.
This was a little while ago, but I'm pretty sure the person that sent it in has been waiting for this, so we might get the update.
Okay.
But I should say every one of these photos that was sent in was sent in. Someone gave me the permission to show.
Oh,
so I'm not just running them through the mud or anything. This was all on the level.
Yep.
But yeah, this is one of the worst ones I've ever seen. I have seen a few like this, but again, not everybody wants them shown off. So this happens a lot.
I know.
And I think it's happening more and more because blackout became trendy, right?
Yep.
And I don't know that it should have been. I don't know that it should become.
It's rather extreme.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a rather extreme body mod that, again, it should be dealt with like kind of as an extreme rather than most, you know, and it, like, again, they're going to shops, then some guy says, oh yeah, no problem, I can do it.
Yeah.
And they can't. And this is what you get. And that sucks, man. That sucks for this guy. It sucks for the tattooer.
That's part of why I wanted to do this one. I really wanted to do this one. I've been wanting to do it for a long time because I want more of this stuff to start coming out.
Yeah,
So that
talked
less,
about.
so people will have a little more respect for this art form.
Yeah.
And I'm not even doing it anymore. Like my blackout days are behind me, as crazy as that sounds. But
Well, we'll see.
yeah, you never know.
Yeah.
But like, I feel like people should be more aware of what can go wrong.
Yes.
Right.
Agreed.
Before they get into this, so that they seek out the right person for the job.
Yeah. Well, and to be honest, hopefully we'll just put more and more info out there so people will have better and better resource. Because again, what they are getting is a one pass, and they think, oh yeah, this is what's normal.
Ooh, shiny black arm. Look at that. It looks great. And then they need to marry that image with this and go, oh, but this is what could happen.
Yes. So choose wisely.
Choose wisely.
Yeah. If you can't afford a good blackout artist, don't do it.
Yeah.
Like, just don't do it.
Yeah. You don't want to be wearing one of these.
No, this is pain. All right. Well, keep on sending your tattoos in.
Yes,
and
please.
again, if you're any of these people, send us a follow-up. We'd love to hear how they're doing. And if you've continued on your work, if you've gotten a new artist, whatever it is.
Any kind of updates.
And if your artist is willing to share what they learned, that would be really cool to hear too. But yeah, just keep on sending them in and we'll keep on talking shit.